If you're coming straight from my Instagram, you probably already know the backstory with regards to how I ended up here on this flight. But to reiterate, I had confused Air Japan with Japan Airline. And although it was a painful 7-hour overnight flight, I did find some features of this plane and of this flight experience very enjoyable. So without any further ado, let's get into this vlog. Hey guys, so today we are flying on what I believe could be the world's next best budget airline. Welcome aboard Air Japan. It's a new low-cost airline in Asia. Now, flying a discount carrier can sometimes be miserable, painful, and somewhat tiring, especially in Europe and the Americas. However, I tried the newly launched Air Japan on a flight from Singapore to Japan, and what I experienced on board was mind-blowing. So my journey started in Singapore, flying on Air Japan, which is a budget airline that only started operations back in 2024. I did reach the check-in counter for Air Japan a little bit late. I was an hour before the flight departed, just because I just had troubles locating it. I was given wrong directions here and there, and it was so late at night. But check-in was really smooth. The agents and staffs were very lovely, efficient, and very accommodating. It all took less than I want to say 10 minutes. It was so fast. After checking, I had to go through the departure hall where I went through customs. I scanned my passport, and I wanted to try my luck at getting a GST refund. So I followed the directions and I got to the refund place, which was super close, customs inspection. Okay guys, so my efforts to get a refund was unsuccessful, and I kind of figured it out because usually you don't really get refunds for goods, for hotels, foods, accommodation. You don't get experiences, you don't get refunds for that. But I just always like to try my luck. But what the officer explained was, if it was a product I bought, and I did buy a bag, but the guy said he didn't charge me, he didn't give me a receipt because he didn't charge me a GST. It was from a local retailer in Chinatown. So FYI, just so you know, that's that. Only if you have goods and only if you bought goods and services above 100 Singaporean dollars. I was thinking of going to the lounge because there is a lounge, the priority pass, but it's currently 11:26 p.m. and boarding starts at 12:25 a.m. So I really have only an hour. I mean, I can really do it, but do I really want to push it, especially at an airport that I'm not familiar with? That's another question, but let's see how brave I'm trying to be today. I might just raw dog it and just to get a video and just to see what it's like, and hopefully still a snack or two, maybe a drink. Okay, yeah, I'm going for sure. So I think I've said this before in one of my previous vlogs, but I still get lounge access even though I'm really flying economy because I have priority pass that I get through my Amex Platinum. So I got to this lounge called SATS Premier Lounge, and it was super late at night. So obviously it wasn't a lot crowded. It was just really empty seats. And that was good because I really wasn't in the mood to be on a waiting list or anything. So I went straight to grab drinks and make myself some food because I was starving at this point. It was crazy, guys. I had not eaten dinner. But so I made myself a plate and I settled down to eat as quickly as I could before heading out. Finally, I made my way to the gate as it was almost time for boarding. And this was a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner, which is one of the two planes currently under Air Japan's fleet. They operate flights to Seoul, Singapore, and Bangkok. 4 more Dreamliners are expected to join the fleet sometime in 2025. I was one of the first to board this flight just because I had paid for an extra check-in luggage, so it kind of gave me some type of privilege. But in any case, the cabin has an economy-only configuration with 324 seats in a 3-3-3 layout. My first impression was it looked very clean, very fresh, and new, despite being one of the oldest Dreamliners in the world. The first thing you notice is a lack of a middle like galley. This is because Air Japan removed it to add more seats, but even as a budget airline, the setup is pretty impressive. Each seat has a USB and USB-C port, a small panel to call the cabin crew, a tablet or a phone holder, a foldable table, and a bottle holder. The legroom is outstanding. I want to say better than many legacy airlines. You do have the option to pre-order meals, but this was an overnight flight and I knew I was going to stop at the lounge to eat anyway, so I didn't even bother. Wi-Fi is available for purchase as well as the pre-ordered food. After just sitting for a while, I did go out to check the lavatory. The cleanliness of the cabin continued into the lavatories. They were so spotless. I wouldn't say it had generous legroom, which also continued to impress me. This is better than most airlines, I would say, even in the US. For a budget airline, I want to say Air Japan truly excels in passenger comfort. I want to add something really quickly. So since I was a foreigner going to Japan, I was provided with a arrival card, and in Singapore at the airport I had changed some dollars into 10,000 yen because I didn't just want to be stressed while arriving in Narita. Since it was an overnight flight and I was flying economy, I knew I was not going to be well rested. I just cannot rest in such circumstances, but that's a story for another day. But after I want to say it's a 7-hour flight, so after a few hours had passed by and I got a little bit of sleep, luckily for me the whole row was empty, so I got the whole seat to myself so I could actually lay down and actually sleep. One thing I forgot to bring on the plane was a blanket because I'm so spoiled. They always give you a blanket on planes, but not on budget airline planes, guys. Bring your own blanket, okay? But after a successful flight, we began our descent into Tokyo Narita. If you're interested in knowing what I did in Japan, feel free to definitely check the description box. I'm going to link the video in the description box. I feel like Japan would definitely see me again. But to conclude this vlog, there is really nothing wrong, I would say, about Air Japan. I mean, it was really clean, it was spot on, it's super affordable, guys. For a 7-hour flight, I think this was under $200 with a checked bag. So if you're looking for that affordability, definitely go for it. But for my type of travel needs, I don't think they would see me again. But I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. As always, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please, guys, subscribe. I feel like I'm about to start begging you guys on every video. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. What do I need to get you guys to subscribe? What do I need to do to get you guys to subscribe? Help a girl out. Help a girl out. If you enjoyed this video, why not just subscribe so I know you're really tuned in with me for life? Let me know you're locked in with me for the long run, guys. Please subscribe, okay? Bye, guys. I'll catch you on my next vlog.